Hello! In this video we will be going over the general operations for the Libra plant in tender mode. This will cover how to fill up your tender, how to unload the tender into your desired equipment and containers, and how to unload those containers and apply them and their product to a field. To begin here, you can see that I have my desired source selected at the top there, right underneath the main 4 buttons. And then I have my equipment with a container selected and the field ready and waiting to go there as well. To begin, all you're going to want to do is just begin to fill up your tender with the amount of product that you're going to need. Nothing fancy here, just nothing to save, just get it filled up there. You can see at the top right of my weight display that I am in the auto mode. That is going to automatically detect once I start to unload this tender into my equipment. Once a certain weight threshold has been passed, it will automatically begin to detect that and apply that into the container there from the source. So once you have the amount of weight in your tender that you want, you again are going to want to have your equipment down there ready to go, and then you can tap on which container you're going to be filling up. I am going to begin by filling up my left one here. So for now, I'm just going to begin to unload my product into that container. And again, once that weight threshold has been hit there, my display will change into the unloading mode and will show the current weight that I have unloaded into my container, and that's just going to keep rising as I lower weight off of my tender. And you can see that that weight is directly being pulled from the source into that container that I have selected. And we'll get that pretty full there, and then we're just going to wait for it to detect that the transaction has stabilized, and it should be saved into that container. There we go. So now that that's been saved, I can come into my equipment and see that there is indeed an incoming transaction from that source into my left container there. So we'll go ahead now, and you can see that it has, since the left container has been filled, it has automatically swapped to my right container there. So we will just go ahead and kind of rocket through unloading my tender into that container as well. Get it nice and full. There we go. And then just wait for that to be saved. And once it is saved here, we can again go into the equipment and see that there's another incoming transaction, this time into the right container. Now from here, you would send your tender back to be filled back up so that it can come in, fill up more equipment when it's needed, and you would send the equipment out to unload onto the field and apply its product there. Once that has been done, you would track the apply to field button here, and this will open up our application estimate menu for the equipment. From here, what you would do is enter in either the currently applied area, so the amount of area that you have just applied with that amount of weight from the containers, or the total applied area. Updating one will update the other, so it's just whichever your preference is there. That will also help with the bottom rates here. You can enter those in and then tap save if you're going that route. I am just going to empty out my containers totally by tapping on the empty button, and then it'll ask if I want to empty the left container, the right container, or both of them. So I'm going to empty both of them, and then that weight is going to be dropped right from those containers into my field there. And if I go back into my equipment, I can see that there are 2 outgoing transactions being made, one from each container into my field, just so, which is exactly what I want. So that is the general operations for tender mode. Again, you just need to have your source selected, your equipment, and then which field you're going to be unloading that all into. You would load your tender like normal, unload it into each of the containers that you want to be using for the equipment, and then you would apply to the field using the apply button there. For more instructional videos, app help, how-to guides, and troubleshooting tips, please visit our support page at support.agramatics.com.